Good afternoon. Oh, it's so nice when you have those breakthroughs, if you will, where you kind of get things figured out, finalized, and you can move on because the documentation is done. Um, but I want to talk about a couple specific things. Merge. So last time I was kind of going through some mental exercises trying to figure out how I can take something that's a few commits past and be able to kind of undo it, or be able to take external commits and apply them to your instance of vGraph, or my instance, a instance of vGraph. And I was running into situations where I couldn't guarantee undo if I just applied the commit. I actually had to do a transformation on the commit to kind of fit it to the current state of the vGraph instance that you're trying to apply that external commit from. So I created merge. So it essentially takes in a commit, and then you specify an author email and a message, either the original commit's author or whatever combination you wish. What that will do is it will go through and reformat that commit to make it work. And there's a couple instances which would create situations kind of like a conflict, very, very analogous to a merge conflict in Git itself. Let's see, so if you're trying to commit to the graph, you're trying to delete a node, but I think it's the one I talked about yesterday, but that node has edges that would still exist after all of the edges have been deleted in this particular commit. Let's say you have 3 edges in your graph and you have a commit that deletes a node and 2 edges, and you can have 1 edge left. That would be an example of a conflict. So you would essentially need to either add the deletion of that 3rd edge into the commit, or well, actually you can do one of 3 things. You can do that, you can edit the commit, or you can edit your graph so that you delete that edge and then try to apply again, and then it will work. Or you can actually modify the commit and remove that node deletion. It's like, oh, nope, I want everything in this commit except for this. You just cherry pick that out. So there's that. And then in terms of cloning and copying, I sat down and kind of figured out, okay, what's the grid of possibilities? And I came up that, okay, we're trying to either clone or copy or extract everything in the graph, or just some of the things in the graph, essentially a subset or a subgraph. And then I went, okay, on this axis I want a full copy that maintains history, and then I want a full copy that does not maintain history. I just want a copy of what is right now. I don't care about anything in the past. Just state transfer, blow away everything. Maybe a couple versions down the road, those will munge together. I'm not sure. But for now, that's kind of the 4 quadrants I have. So what I came up with is clone is full history. It works very close to what a clone does in, I think, Git, where you essentially specify, give me the graph, and it will give you all the commits in the graph. Or what it will do is you say, give me a subgraph, and then what it will do is it will go back through the commit history and pick out anything that's affected by or touched that particular subgraph that you're interested in. And it'll create a history, a subset of the commit history that follows your graph. So you have full undo capabilities for the subgraph you have. And to figure that out, it was like, yes. And then shallow copy is easy. You just give a list of nodes, or you say every node, and just give me a copy, and everything in there is just, everything in the commit is just create actions. Just create this, great, done. So that was really fun. Because of that, there's some significant power there where you can actually do a clone and then do a merge into another graph, where with great power comes great responsibility, and all of those cliches. But you have the possibility to take subsets of other graphs, including the history, and apply them and merge them into your own, so that you can see who did what when. And when you do a clone, it actually maintains the original authors. So you have sub-history, which is one of the powers of this system. And it now allows you to be fully distributed, but yet maintain your full undo stack. And doing those two things, making those two things match, was not trivial. But it works. And so that's copy and then clone. And then today, I finished that up pretty much before lunch, other than a few touches I did. And then after lunch, I went in and vGraph API, fleshed out all of the Java interfaces for the vGraph API in preparation for tomorrow to split out vGraph in preparation for 0.5.0 of vGraph itself, and then the vGraph API. The spec was kind of a 0.1.0, but what I'll do is I'll just bump it straight to version 2. So on Maven Central, there will just be vGraph API. It will start at 0.2.0. I don't want to try to do any one type of 1.0 thing until more people have looked at it and poked holes in it and shown me where I was wrong. But I think it'll work. I think it will work. But that's it for today. And it's not dinner time, but I'm already a little hungry. Been burning a lot of calories? No. I don't know. Been churning through a lot of stuff and I'm hungry. I mentioned that I'm hungry a lot. Very odd. But take care. I'll see you tomorrow and have fun.